With Victorious confirmed, it's pretty much a guarantee that we're going to be getting Dr. Doom Tier 4. And he may be good for PvE. I hope he's good for PvE, like Gene, but he's absolutely guaranteed going to be good for PvP because he has the base penetration, he's got the super armor, he's got the all defense, he's got the revive with 100% HP, and he's got the debuff clans. So he's going to get at least one more weapon, and he has a bunch of weapons already. Oh yeah, he reduces reflect by 60%. I forgot about this. And then when the remove debuff, when his leadership triggers essentially, then he gets damage reduction, ignore dodge, and chain hit, which is crazy. So he's got an absolutely stacked list of effects here. And he actually should be a really good counter to Silver Surfer, now that I think about this. I think most people completely forgot that Dr. Doom has this effect. And I was I was planning to make this video regardless, but I hadn't checked any of this stuff. So this is my genuine reaction. Holy shit. His baseline reduces reflect by 60%. I know it would be like a meme build, but you could give him Transcendence, and he could reduce incoming reflect by over 100%. He could basically be immune to reflect, I believe, if that works additively, or sorry, multiplicatively and not additively. Because I think I gave it... No, I don't know who I gave it to. I gave my Transcendence to somebody. I wanted to go and check it out. Anyways, it's there. It's definitely there. It reduces pierce damage. But anyways, Dr. Doom. Let's check out the build here real quick before we take him into some content. We are going to go and slap back on the HP Odin's Blessings that I took off a long time ago to give to somebody else. You know, listen, Dr. Doom had his time, and then it passed, and now it's back again. So rejoice. He was good back in 2021, if you guys don't remember that. This uniform came out in 2021, like mid 2021, sort of around the anniversary. So it's been 3 years. He was good for about a year, and then he's been bad for about 2 years. Not bad, but just can't keep up with tier 4s, right? Let's be honest. So I don't expect him to hang toe-to-toe with them, but I'm going to do a couple of tests here for you guys. The first one, we're just going to slap on a 5-second guard break obelisk. It would be nice if he got guard break immunity, because then you could use him with an energy. Oh, that would be so sweet, actually. But then they would have to change his passive, because the super armor would be irrelevant. I don't know if there's any characters that have guard break immunity and super armor. You know? Yeah, it's one or the other. But we're going to try with an obelisk first here, and we're going to see how he does versus the meta. All right, first fight up here. This is a Silver Surfer tier 4 with tier 3 Sentry and Adam. We're going to use Wong, because he applies a buff to magic allies, so he's going to let Doom do 50% increased damage to heroes and villains. So this is important because Surfer's a villain, and then most other metas are heroes. So let's see how he does. So he gets caught in the 5th skill animation here. Not sure why he's not doing his... Doesn't he have an iframe ignore 2nd skill? Was Silver Surfer not an iframe? That was weird. All right, he pops the 5. He's actually doing pretty well right now. This is kind of crazy. Yeah, so he just kills Surfer. He doesn't really take reflect damage because he reduces it by 60%. Maybe Sentry's going to be... Okay, yeah. Crazy how he killed a tier 4 and then he gets clapped by a tier 3, right? So him sitting in the animation of 5 for a long time is a really big problem. This is going to have to be fixed, and this is why I wanted to do like a pre-update look at the character, because we need to see what to look for. There's a 2nd skill iframe ignore. Okay, so yeah, he gets interrupted out of that. Sentry basically clapped him. So that was actually really interesting. It's possible that Doom might not be able to take down Sentry, but if they create a sort of like rock, paper, scissors, right, where Doom kills Silver Surfer, Silver Surfer kills Sentry, Sentry kills Doom, you sort of create this new ecosystem. Because we already know that Sentry, when he pops his 5th skill, he's actually very weak to reflect damage, and he actually gets clapped pretty hard by it unless you have a pretty particular build with a pretty particular CTP. Let's see how he does against Spider-Man here. So we've got the damage reduction from Colossus, and then we've got the damage increase from our boy Wong, who gets just obliterated. Wow, I got one-tapped. One-tapped. Now, the interesting thing here is... I got one-tapped. Okay, yeah. The interesting thing, with the damage reduction that he gets... I think I still want to go with an Authority. Authority was the best CTP for Doom for a long time. I don't really think Regen's going to cut it for him, but I could be wrong about that. I mean, it's very... it's extremely speculative to talk about CTPs ahead of a character's release. You just never know what's going to happen, right? It's possible that a regen could be good. It's possible that a refinement could be good. But I'm leaning towards either what was good for him 3 years ago, which is Authority, or what would be good for him now, which is good for most PvP metas, which unfortunately is Conquest. I do want to put that on the table because I think it's absolutely a possibility. Conquest being the best for him because, as we've seen, it's been so good for Thanos, it's been so good for Surfer, it's been so good for Sentry, and those have been the last 3 big PvP metas. So yeah. Besides that one Silver Surfer, can we try to find one more team that rocks Silver Surfer at the onset? Okay, let's see how we do against this guy here. Maybe we just got lucky against Surfer. Hopefully he fields Surfer. He fields Sentry first. That's super annoying. Come on, Wong, do something. Do something. Okay, Wong just gets clapped. Insta clapped. I'm going to try to press some buttons here, see if I can make something happen. Do the second skill. Oh, no. I wasn't pressing it. My bad. Press skills. No, eh? Okay, yeah, he just gets his shit pushed in. He's just getting absolutely obliterated. So, yeah. I kind of expected this, at least with the Obelisk. It was interesting that one fight against Silver Surfer, but okay. Let's take it a bit more seriously now, and we're going to slap on a Brilly. We're going to slap on a juicy Brilly authority with 50% damage reduction. So it's not the highest. It can go up to 60, but it's quite good. So he's going to get that 50% damage reduction when that triggers. And then I believe he also has, or does he not have? He does. Okay, so when his leadership triggers, then he gets another 40%. So he'll actually be at 90% damage reduction. This is really where the big synergy for Doom came into play, and why the authority, despite not being so good for other PvP metas, is actually pretty good for Doom. Let's see here how he does against this team. I expect it to be better. I don't know how much better I expect it to be. But is Silver Surfer already struggling in the meta? Like, I wonder, because why is Wong killing him? What is happening right now? Is Silver Surfer bad? Is this video really to showcase that Silver Surfer is just kind of on his way out? I hate that Doom just sits in this 5th skill. This is the biggest thing they have to fix, is this 5th skill. Like, it just takes so long. It's a really cool 5th skill, don't get me wrong. Like, I really love his 5th skill for how cool it looks, but he just takes so long. Oh, he triggers his artifact. He triggers Wolverine's artifact. Didn't he? I also noticed that Wolverine's artifact did not start. Die. Yo, he kills him. His Wolverine's artifact stopped working. Bro, Sentry just one-tapped him. Wolverine's artifact stopped counting down when Doom was reviving. Is that a new feature? I don't know if I've seen that before. I thought that the artifacts are supposed to continue counting down when the character is reviving. That's kind of crazy, if you ask me. All right, let's see here against Thanos. Yeah, it's absolutely possible that what I said, you know, that Surfer's going to counter Sentry, Sentry's going to counter Doom, and Doom's going to counter Surfer. It's absolutely possible, and then Thanos will be somewhere in between. Somehow he popped 5 and 4. What was that? That was crazy. That was an insane autoplay. That wasn't me, by the way. My hands were in my pockets. That was an insane autoplay move by the AI to pop 5 and 4 at the same time. Yeah, he just needs to get out of this faster, man. He needs to get out of that faster. He can't do enough damage to Thanos, though. Holy crap. He can't. Wow, he just cannot do enough damage to Thanos. Yeah. So it seems like against some of the weaker, defensively, some of the weaker tier 4s, like Surfer and Wolverine. Weaker defensively, not weaker overall. He can do well, but he seems like he's struggling massively against Sentry and against Thanos, which is interesting. Yeah, I think the main things for Doom is to change around his priority on his accumulation skill, because remember, Doom's accumulation is based on damage taken, so you really want him to trigger that as soon as possible. Like, let me play this one myself here. We're gonna try to do 3, so then we can do more damage with that. But we're just getting guard broken like crazy. Yeah, that's kind of the problem with Doom as well. Is I mean, they have a lot to fix, basically. This is an old uniform, right? Like, to be fair to him, it's an older uniform. Trying to do something, but just getting guard broken to hell. There we go. We finally get a kill. So I think he still has enough damage. He just doesn't have a lot of recovery, right? We're getting guard broken. We're getting guard broken. We're dead. Yeah, crazy. So he gets guard broken and killed before the authority can even trigger again. This is why I think Conquest would be better, because it's gonna give him the damage reduction as well as the damage when it triggers. But yeah, he definitely doesn't have the chops at all to stand with the meta right now. Like, there's no way. He's getting obliterated. Let me see against this like weak team. This is not even a Vibranium. I'm losing so much. They're offering me opponents that are not in Vibranium. They're like, bro, we see that you're struggling here. Would you like something easier? But no joke. Like these enemies are not easier, right? These enemies are not easier. Like you laugh, but it's not easier. Okay, we pop that. We pop that. And now we try to do the ignore dot. Nope. Okay. Yeah. All right. So yeah, he's pretty much done. He's pretty much done. He's toast. Yeah. He's getting absolutely fried. He's getting absolutely deep fried. So, wow, I'm at 900. I'm at 850 points. How many losses did we just rack up there? 8 losses. And I'm still rank 11,000. That's crazy. There are not that many people. I mean, 11,000 is not bad. I expect there to be fewer than 10,000 in Vibranium. So the fact that there's at least maybe 15,000, 20,000 people in Vibranium is pretty cool. So yeah, that's a look at Dr. Doom. I think they have a lot of work to do. Keep in mind, I have a very stacked account for PvP, so that should have been, like, it's not going to get much better than that if Commander or somebody else tests him pre-update, right? It's going to look something like that. Obviously, I think a Brilliant Conquest would have worked a little bit better, but that's just because how OP that Obelisk or that CTP is. We're going to have to wait and see as well what artifact they give Doom. That's going to be a big, I think it's going to be a decent impact on what he can do if they just go something generic like Jean and Gore and Kang and stuff, or if they go for something else. But yeah, I think most of the changes need to come with his skills, where they need to give him iframe, ignore, that doesn't tie to a counterattack. I think the iframe, ignore, counterattack stuff doesn't really work. Just with the way that some skills are designed. Like, I think they can design it properly, but they usually don't. Like, if you think about most characters who have iframe, ignore, counterattack, it's not very consistent. Hela's is not very consistent. Wolverine's old counterattack is not consistent. Now we're seeing that Mr. Fantastic's counter skill is not very consistent, that sometimes it misses. So it seems like it's a theme. It seems like it's a theme. So hopefully they either get it right with Doom or they take it out. I personally like counterattack skills. I think it's cool that there's like an added animation and added hits when you do it while you're taking damage. Like, I like the idea of a counter, but they just need to change the coding on these skills so that they don't miss. That's really the biggest issue, is that you press it and then sometimes the character just gets interrupted right away. Like, they need to give that skill super guard break immunity, right? Or whatever. Some sort of guarantee. The way that iframe ignore skills tend to have, and hopefully they would give that to Mr. Fantastic as well. But yeah, we know they don't really rework characters anymore. So yeah, that was an early look at all the work they need to do for Doom. He definitely needs a lot of it, but thankfully he has a ton of really good passives, So they really just need to get the skills right, keep the passives the same, maybe bump up 5% here, 5% there. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, if they bump up the ignore dodge to 55%, they bump up the chain hit damage to 20%. And then they just change his skills around, right? I wouldn't be surprised if they do something like that. I think he would be very, very strong if they do that and they fix his skills properly. I really just think it comes down to the skills and the animations and him not having super guard break immunity. But yeah, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of Doom. Thank you so much for watching. Smash the like button if you enjoyed the content, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.